Hey, Algebra 2. We start Chapter 6. 6-1 we will do in 2 days. So, Part 1. Check out this table. It does an excellent job of showing exactly what it is we want to do. Basically, if the directions are going to be given to you kind of in this form here, on the left of the equal sign, where it's going to have the f plus g being inside parentheses together and then of x. That literally just means take the f function and add it to the g function. That's what it means. So, let's just try some examples here. If it says f plus g of x, then we take the f, x squared plus 5x minus 2. And I'm going to add the g function, which is 3x minus 2. And notice that because it doesn't, it just says of x, it's not telling me to plug anything in. That means I just basically combine like terms. X squared plus, that makes 8x minus 4. Okay, and I can label this as my f plus g of x equals. Okay, so for the subtraction, it's going to be the exact same thing. We'll go ahead and test that theory real quick. Taking the f minus the g. Now there is kind of one catch here, not so much a catch, but just a reminder that you are subtracting both the 3x and the negative 2. So I guess that's where I like to use that super secret ninja move. Let me kind of notate that a little better. Where I turn this into a plus a negative 1 that gets distributed in. So it's a negative, and then a double negative makes a positive. Okay, just don't forget you're subtracting the whole time. That's basically all I did there. So that now I have x squared plus 5 minus 3 is 2x. And negative 2 minus a negative 2 is a double negative. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So that's my answer. All right, then multiplication. This is going to potentially be checking us out for FOIL, or whatever distributive property is going to be needed there. So I got my x squared minus 7x plus 2, and x plus 4. So let's distribute the x squared. So that would be x cubed plus 4x squared. Distribute down there is negative 7x squared minus 28x 2x and 4. I'm sorry. Try 8. My bad. Alright, combine like terms. And that is your final answer. When it comes to the division, we are not going to do long division or synthetic division. That was the kind of last thing we did in Chapter 5. We're really just going to this is what it looks like. But we will specify some values that x cannot equal. So I'll show you what that looks like. First of all, let's write down what it says. It says we have f divided by g. All right. F is x squared minus 7x plus 2. G is x plus 4. Okay? As far as the math part goes, or the dividing part, that's all I'm going to have you do today. No synthetic, no long division, that's it. But then again, remember that with division, you can never divide by 0. So we are going to find the value of x that will make the bottom equal to 0. Okay, so what value, x equals what, if I plug it in, would make the bottom equal 0, which is impossible. So to do this, I'm going to set the bottom, the denominator, equal to 0, and we will solve from there. So just take the bottom, x plus 4 equals 0, solve it. So with my final answer up here, I'm going to go ahead and erase that highlighter mark there. You're going to put like a comma And then you're going to say x cannot equal negative 4. Just like that. Okay. I do want to do a kind of random example to the side here. Here, we'll find some space somewhere else. All right. Let's pretend for just a minute that your f function is negative x squared plus g. I'm sorry, plus 6. Your g function looks like that. So if you're told that you need to do f divided by g, you would end up with negative x squared plus 6 being divided by 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. And I need to find what value will make the x, or what value of x will make the bottom equal to 0. So this one is a quadratic. It does have this fancy little squared up here, which complicates the way I can solve these. The good news is we spent chapter 4 learning 3 or 4 different ways to solve that. So you could either go ahead and graph this function right here and solve for the zeros that way. You can use factoring. You can use completing the square. I think most of you will probably opt to use the quadratic formula, which again was that negative b, that negative boy who couldn't decide if he wanted to go to this totally radical party, man. B there, b squared. He didn't go, so he missed out on 4 awesome cupcakes. Party got over at 2 a.m. Remember that? So I would plug in. B is 3 in this case. A is 2. And C is negative 5. And what did I say A was? 2. You would simplify that. You would end up with 2 answers. So on your final answer, you'd have to say x cannot equal whatever those 2 numbers are. And that would have been your answer. Okay. All right, be ready for part 2.